home economics teacher. In grade 10, our first topic will be preparing egg dishes. So this is the first video lesson that I will be recording this quarter. Okay, so without further ado, let us begin our lesson. Okay. So as an introduction, since the beginning of time, egg has been a source of protein. Egg comes from various birds such as goose, duck, emu, ostrich, and quail. So saan daw galing yung mga itlog? Sa goose, sa gansa, sa duck, or sa bibe, sa emu, sa ostrich, at sa quail. Okay. Pero sa lahat ng to, ang pinaka-nakakain natin ay yung galing sa chicken. Ayan. But most used in culinary is the chicken's egg. This is where we are familiar. So this module, the first module, will serve as your vehicle in acquiring knowledge, skills, and values needed in preparing a variety of egg dishes. It deals with the basic principles of egg cookery, preparation, and presentation. Next, here are the expectations from you. After completing the module, you should be able to 1. Identify the different components of an egg. This will be our lesson in this video. Number 2, learn the characteristics and market forms of fresh eggs. 3, apply the general use of eggs in food preparation. 4, value the importance of the nutritional value of eggs in the human diet. So, let us begin. So, here are the components of egg. Just to give you a brief overview on the different parts, here is an animated or cartoonized version of the different parts of the egg. Okay, so let's move on. So, the first one is the shell. Yung balat ng itlog. Para saan nga ba yung itlog? Akala natin siguro, ay, alam na namin yung parts ng egg, yung shell, yung puti, at saka yung pula. But it is, meron pa palang iba. There's more than that shell, the egg white, and the yolk. Okay, first is the shell. It is the bumpy and grainy in texture. According to exploratorium.edu, eggshells is covered with as many as 17,000 tiny pores. So, hindi pala talaga makinis ang isang itlog. Meron daw siyang maliliit na butas-butas na pwedeng umabot ng 17,000. So, check niyo yung eggs ninyo, mga itlog sa bahay, mga itlog ng manok, itlog ng bibe. Tingnan niyo, meron daw siyang butas-butas. Eggshell is made almost entirely of calcium carbonate or crystals. It is semi-permeable membrane, which means that air moisture can pass through its pores. Ibig sabihin, may butas siya, pwedeng pumasok yung air. Tignan niyo yung i-observe niyo yung itlog na pinakukuluan niyo sa bahay. Kung mapapansin niyo, habang kumukulo yung itlog, bumubula sa paligid niya. Hindi lang dahil sa init ng tubig, but also yung nanggagaling mismo sa egg, lumalabas na air at may pumapasok na air. And that is because of the 17,000 tiny pores. The eggshell also has a thin outmost coating called bloom. Ano daw yon? Yung pinaka-takip ng itlog, ang tawag daw dun ay bloom or cuticle na meron din sa buhok. That helps keep out bacteria and dust. So, yung bloom or cuticle, ito pala yung nagpe-prevent ng bacteria na makapasok doon sa loob ng itlog. Katulad, meron din tayo sa buhok. Okay? Okay, next. Ayan. the inner and outer membranes. Inner and outer membranes. Number 1, kanina meron tayong tinatawag na shell. Number 2, the inner and outer membranes. Ano nga ba yun? Okay, lying between the eggshell and egg white. Okay, between eggshell and egg white. These two transparent protein membranes provide efficient defense against bacterial infection. So, ito yung sinasabing yun. Ito. Yan yung kapag binuksan nyo yung itlog na nilaga o kaya yung balot, yan yung kailangan pang butasin para mainom natin yung yung sabaw ng balot. Or kapag sa nilaga, yung tinatanggal natin, yung mahirap tanggalin kapag malasado yung itlog. Yan yung natawag doon, inner and outer membrane or simple membrane. Akala daw natin manipis lang siya, but they are surprisingly strong. Okay, they are made part of keratin, a protein that is also in human hair. Alam niyo ba na yung keratin, hindi lang siya sa buhok natin may kita. Kapag sinabing keratin, anong nasa isip niyo, di ba pwedeng shampoo or conditioner? Pero it is a type of protein na nasa buhok din natin. Also, alam niyo ba na protein din, keratin din yung, sa keratin din gawa yung sungay ng kalabaw. Yun. So, ganun din yung shell membrane na ito. Okay? At ang trabaho niya para depensa laban sa bacterial invasion. Siyempre, para kahit magkakmang yung balat ng itlog, hindi muna siya papasok sa pinaka-egg white at saka sa egg yolk. Yun ang gamit ng membranes. Okay, next. Number 3 is the air cell. Okay, what is an air cell? An air cell forms when the content of the egg cool and contract after the egg is laid. Kapag lumig daw ang egg, dun siya nag-form at nagko-contract siya kapag laid. Ibig sabihin ipanganak na ng manok. Okay? The air cell grows larger as an egg age. So, lumalaki pala siya. Okay? Ito yung tinatawag na air cell. Yan yung sa balot, the best example na may example ko dyan is yung sa balot. Kapag pinukpok niyo yung balot, nandun siya sa pinakadulo. Doon, makikita niyo yan doon sa mas malaking part ng itlog. Nandun yung air cell. Okay? And the air cell usually rests between the outer and inner membranes at the egg's larger end. Ayun, tama. Sa mas malaking parte ng itlog. And it counts for the crater you often see at the end of a hard-cooked egg or hard-boiled egg. Ayun nga yun. Yung pinaka-air doon. Yung natawag na air cell. Ano nga ulit yung mga ibang parts? We had the shell, the membrane, the inner and outer membranes, and then the air cell. Okay? Please remember those. Okay. Let's move on. Next. Kaya to. If you're saying this is egg whites, then you are correct. But the correct term for this is albumin. Okay. Okay, let us have a quick review. First, we had the shell. We had the shell. We had the shell, the membrane, the air cell, and now we have the albumin. Albumin, egg white lang yan, ma'am eh. Well, albumin is the correct term for egg whites, and the egg white is known as the albumin. The egg white is known as the albumin, which comes from Albus. If you are familiar with Harry Potter, the professor there S. Albus Dumbledore. Okay, di ba yung professor doon, si Professor Dumbledore, ang pangalan ni Albus, na ang ibig sabihin pala is white. Okay, so kaya tinawag na albumin yan, tinatawag siyang egg white. Kaya siya albumin. Ibig sabihin, puti. Okay, next, ano nga ba yung albumin? Para saan ba yan? Okay, there are 4 alternating layers of thick and thin albumin contain approximately 40 different proteins. Ang dami, no? 40 different proteins pala yung laman ng puting itlog. The main component of the egg white in addition to water. So there are 2 types of albumin, the thick and thin. The thick and thin. So here in the picture, this is the thick albumin. Ito, yung medyo mas nakadikit pa sa egg yolk. And then, ito yung thin, yung mas malayo-layo ng konti sa egg kapag kayo ay nag-crack ng eggs. Okay, so let's move on. Okay. Next is the Chalising. Ano ba yung Chalising, ma'am? Ayan. Chalising. Opaque ropes of egg white. The Chalising hold the yolk. Hold the yolk in the center of the egg. Siya daw yung humahawak sa egg yolk sa gitna ng itlog. So, nasa dito ang Chalising. Ito yung kanina yung sabi ko, albumin, the thick albumin. Ito yung thick albumin. Ito yung thin. Asan ang Chalising? Ito ang Chalising. This and this. Okay? So, yun yung Chalising na tinatawag. Ang gamit daw niya is para mapanatili yung egg yolk o yung pula ng itlog sa gitna ng pinaka-itlog na oval pa, yung hindi pa na-crack. Okay, next. They are like little anchors. They attach the yolk's casing into the membrane lining, the eggshell. Okay? And then the more prominent they are, the fresher the egg. So kapag nakikita niyo pa sa sila, mas ibig sabihin, mas fresh yung itlog. Okay? Okay, next, we have the vitelline membrane. Vitelline membrane. Okay, ano kaya itong vitelline membrane na to? The clear casing that encloses the yolk. Ano ba yung yolk? Yung yolk, ito yung yolk. Yung pinaka-pula ng itlog. Yung tinatawag na yolk. Pero sabi dito, ang vitelline membrane daw, ito yung humahawak sa egg yolk. It is composed of proteins that separates the egg from the albumin. Ito yung naghihiwalay sa pula ng itlog doon sa puti. Di ba kapag nagbabasa tayo ng itlog para ipito, pag nagkakarak tayo ng egg, yung egg yolk, nakahiwalay siya buo na bilog. Yung humahawak noon, yung pinaka nagpo-protekta sa egg yolk, ang tawag doon, vitelline membrane. Yun yung kapag scrambled eggs, ang gusto natin, yung kaya tinutusok natin yung pula para pumutok siya, sumama siya sa kulit. Yung tinatawag na vitelline membrane. It is developed during the early stage of formation in the chicken ovary. So sa loob pa lang ng ovaryo ng manok, nabubuo na yun. Albumin, ito yung albumin again, ito yung tinatawag na puti ng itlog, is later developed and encased in calcium crystal to form what we know as egg. Okay? Yung egg yolk ay nasa loob ng vitelline membrane. Okay. Is the, ano ba ito? The yolk. Okay. We pronounce this as yolk. Hindi binabanggit ang letter L. Okay? So, para siyang yolk or yolk. Yan. Or parang yolk. So, hindi siya tawag na yolk. Okay? Okay, the yolk. Ito ang yolk na tinatawag, yung pula ng itlog. The yolk. Okay. The yolk contains less water and more protein than the white, some fat, and most of the vitamins, minerals of eggs. Okay, alam mo ba na ang itlog hindi siya masama sa katawan. Iniiwasan to ng may mga sakit sa puso, mga mataas ang kolesterol, pero talaga ang itlog ay madaming vitamina na binibigay sa ating katawan. Hindi nga lang pwedeng sobra. Kung may sakit ang tao, hindi siya pwedeng palaging kumakain ng itlog dahil nakakataas ng kolesterol. Sa isa namang malusog na tao ay pwedeng kumain ng itlog isa kada isang araw. Isa lang muna kada isang araw. Dahil nga mataas sa kolesterol, ang pinaka-ito ba hindi? Ang yolk. Pero madami din namang makukuhang protina, vitamina sa egg katulad ng vitamin A para sa mata, vitamin D, phosphorus, calcium, thiamine, and riboflavin. Yan yung mga nakukuha sa egg yolk. The yolk is also the source of lecithin, an effective emulsifier. Okay, ito pa. Fun fact tungkol sa yolk. Yolk color ranges from just a hint of yellow to a magnificent deep orange. So, pwede daw na light yellow lang yung pinaka-yolk or dark orange. And this is according to the feed. Ayan. Depende pala yun sa feeds. Ayan. Yung sa pinapakain sa mga itlog and sa lahi ng manok sa breed of hen. So, doon pala nakadepende yung kulay ng egg yolk. Alam niyo ba na yung membrane, the inner and outer membrane, babalikan natin. Ayan, balikan natin. Sabi, pwede siyang ilagay sa sugat. Ayan, yun yung membrane again. Pwede siyang ilagay sa sugat. Halimbawa ng sugat ka, pwede mo siyang ilagay doon. Makakatigil yan ng pagdurugo at makakaiwas pa ng peklat. Itong egg yolk, maliban sa pagkain, pwede mo siyang gamitin as conditioner. Okay, paano yun? Halimbawa, nag-shampoo ka na. Wala ka nang sigurong pupuntahan, na lockdown. Yung egg yolk, pwede mo kuhanin. After mo maligo, yun ang ilagay mo sa buhok mo. Okay, siguro sabi niyo, yak ang lansa. No. Ibababad niyo lang siya for 20 minutes and then after that, lagyan niyo ng supot or ng shower cap yung buhok niyo. After that, bandawan niyo yung buhok niyo. Kapag nawala na yung egg, i-conditioner niyo yung buhok niyo. Maganda ang kintab na dulot ng egg yolk sa buhok. So, yun lang. Additional information lang yun tungkol sa itlog. Okay. So, please try to answer this activity. And I hope you learned something today. So, thank you for listening in this video lesson. And God bless. Subscribe to my channel, Teacher Team. Bye!